Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Mr. Peacock's Possessions by Lydia Syson. Thank you to Ellen and Unwin New Zealand who sent me this book for review. I warn you all now that this is going to be one of those books that I don't stop talking about because I loved it, I'm obsessed, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. So this is a historical fiction novel that follows the Peacock family during the late 1800s. They moved to a deserted island about halfway between New Zealand and Samoa to kind of try and start a new life for themselves. But on the day that some men from the Pacific Islands arrived to help them work and help them with plantations and things on the island, one of the Peacock children goes missing. So through the narration of this story, we follow one character called Kalala, who is one of the men from the Pacific Islands, and then the other half of the narration is in third person, following the Peacock family, but mostly from a child called Lizzie's perspective. With those two different points of view, we piece together what's happened to the missing child, as well as kind of uncovering a hidden past that the island has. So just because of the time period that this book takes place in, and also the story of the family going off to become quite isolated from the world and starting a new life for themselves, kind of as pioneers, it really reminded me of an adult, like a darker version of Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I loved that series as a child, and this kind of gave me those same type of feelings. It just made me really fascinated in even the kind of everyday mundane things that were going on, like how they built their houses, how they found food, what they did when things went wrong, stuff like that is just so fascinating. And also with the setting of the deserted island, everything in nature was really richly described. I loved that, and I think if you're someone who's fascinated by the concept of people living on a deserted island, so an island where no one else is living, they're the only people on it, if that kind of freaks you out a little bit, or if you think it sounds amazing, either way I think you'll really enjoy that aspect of this book as well. Within the Peacock family, it really explores the idea of patriarchy and having the father as the head of the family, and what that means for his children depending on what gender the children are and what age they are. It really affects their place within the family and their happiness kind of as well. I found Mr. Peacock, the father in the family, to be a really fascinating character. He is described at one point, I think by Kalala, as being like both shade and light at the same time, and I think that's the perfect way to describe his character. He's very complex. All in all, this book is kind of like a mystery combined with a really dark family drama, as well as a story of how you would survive living on a deserted island. It was an absolute page turner. I was completely wrapped up in it. I really wanted to find out what happened to the missing child, because that's kind of the main plot that the story follows, and also uncovering the secrets that the island was hiding as well, because there were a lot of things about the island that not all of the characters knew. When I was reading it, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Every time I put it down, I would want to pick it straight back up, and since I finished it, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I just think it's like an absolute must read for anyone pretty much, but especially if you love mysteries, if you love complex characters, or two different cultures coming together, or mysterious islands. I think you will really love this book. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend. If this is something you're interested in, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know if you're thinking about picking this up, or if you have read it, let me know your thoughts on it as well. I am dying for people to pick up this book so that I have someone to talk about it with, because it's just so good. So good. I just want to discuss it with people. I thought it was fantastic. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you with another one in a couple of days. Bye.